What up, our people? We are back for another show, and we are excited. I am your boy Zeke, the 5-foot freak, with my beautiful co-host,
Ms Meena Da Diva.
Hey, we got a good show for y'all today. We hope y'all tune in. We're back on Stationhead. We live. If you want to listen to us on the radio and come on to our radio broadcast, you can do that through Stationhead. Download the app, search for Zeke, the 5-foot freak, as well as follow the Upper Room. We're also on YouTube. Under the Upper Room, look for the 8-ball logo with the UR in the middle, and you can also find us on Instagram under the Upper Room. But before we get into our topic, I would like to ask my beautiful co-host, since we haven't been on the show for a minute, what you been up to? How was your 4th of July? And is it a new relationship? Did you have a baby over the break, or what's going on?
So these eggs are powder. Just so y'all know, the eggs are powder. There ain't no more babies popping out of here. My 4th of July weekend was great. I actually hosted an event at Black Ink Crew Houston. Shout out to Black Ink Crew.
Shout out to Black Ink.
Shout out to DJ Quick Cash and the Cream Team and all of those people. So I didn't know that Black Ink Crew were coming to Houston.
I knew that.
You knew that.
I don't watch the show, but I knew they was coming to Houston.
Okay. So I used to watch their show there in Black Ink New York, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like all of that crew, Caesar and all of them. And so I had an opportunity to host one of their events at Black Ink Houston. So that was really, really good. I also have dipped into some new endeavors. We offer yacht cruises through Diamond Yacht Rentals. And so that's been a great experience. I have to make sure I'm up on my dopamine or dopamine or something mean to make sure I stop getting seasick. But that's been really exciting too. So it's been a really, really great couple of weeks since we haven't been on. Really exciting.
It's been a minute. And what happened was, because I know Ms Meena Da Diva was busy, so she had contacted me and was like, hey, what's going on? When we going to do another show? And I was like, well, baby, I'm waiting on you. You just tell me when you're ready and we can get at it. So here we are. We're back on our show. And we got
so excited.
Yeah, and we have a lot of great things in plan. If you didn't know, we do have another podcast show tomorrow, which is going to be live at Maduro Cigar Lounge.
So excited for that.
And y'all more than welcome to come out, but it's going to be a little different. You won't actually be into the podcast show because you'll be on another side, but you'll get to mingle with the guests, the special guests that we have to come, and that way you can do your networking or whatever things that you may want to do or questions you may have to ask some of our guests. But with that being said, let me get into my Zeke Speaks, and what I want to talk about is the 4th of July weekend. Over the 4th of July weekend, throughout the United States, we had over 290 deaths.
Wow.
And these was murders. And my thing is, I don't know when we're going to get it, when people are going to realize that lives do matter. And I ain't talking about Black Lives Matter or whatever. I'm talking about all lives. And then one of the most shocking things is out of them 290 deaths, it was 50 of them in the state of Texas and right here in Houston, Texas.
Wow.
So I don't know what we need to do, what we can do. You know, I know we praying. We got praying mothers and fathers out there, siblings and relatives and stuff like that. And I'm not saying God is not enough, but we need to do something more. And with that being said, you know, with all these senseless killings, and you know, you have funerals after them, and every time you go to a funeral, and I don't want y'all to think I'm saying this in a negative way, you are always hearing the good about that person. Sometimes you need to hear the bad about that person to let the people in the congregation know that, hey, he wasn't living a good life, and this is what the result was. And, you know, and I think if we start doing that, we wouldn't have a lot of killers, and then it'd be educational to a lot of the other families as well as to the kids, the relatives, or whoever it may be. And then if they was running with the bad guys that's in the congregation, they need to have their ass called out. Because if I wasn't with Ms Meena Da Diva, Zeke wouldn't have been shot, because we know how Ms Meena Da Diva is living. Yeah. Not that my baby living bad, I'm just using us as an example.
Yeah, you need the OGs to step up and say, no, seriously. Because some of the OGs want to be, you know, are allowing the young heads to just live reckless. That young guy, Swaby, I know.
See, I don't be knowing who the hell is Swavy.
He's a Instagram. He was an Instagram.
Oh, I heard about he got shot, didn't he?
He got killed.
Yeah.
Yes. And R.I.P. to him and
his family, yeah,
and all those. But he was 19, and this younger generation, although you guys are smarter and you guys are more tech savvy and y'all get to the bag a lot quicker, that's y'all's go-to. You also don't have a I don't know, they don't have a grip on life. Like, they take life for granted, I think. And I think that if more of us were like our grandparents and you know, elders when we were growing up, to say, hey man, that ain't cool, or just to pull their coattail, you know, give them what they need, especially those that they look up to, I think that, you know, we can make this a better world. We can make it. It's going to take us all, though.
But then what really pisses me off is, like you say, the OGs or the older gangsters or whatnot, let's say they did a bit, they went to the penitentiary, and not all, but then they'll get out and they're not educating these kids, but they pushing them to do more. Or if they get out and it's a kid or a youngster that's making the money, now they trying to get involved so they can make that money and try to overtake them instead of trying to create businesses and revenues and stuff like that, and then they end up getting killed. And I don't get it. You know, 4th of July.
There is a shift happening, though.
You think so?
Absolutely, I see it. A lot of these communities are being built back up. You got your Diddy's and just the name
Rick
big
Ross,
names,
yeah,
and Rick Ross and Jay-Z's, and even on a not on such a celebrity status, but if you don't know about EYL, Earn Your Leisure,
I didn't know about that.
Go on Instagram. Those brothers are moving and shaking in the communities, and they're building communities up, maybe not in Texas, but they are showing the blueprint to generational wealth and teaching communities and minorities how they can get to the bag without it being drug selling and killing and all of those things. And so I'm watching that shift happen. I'm really excited about where we're going and where we're headed for the future. I'm optimistic, and so I think we're headed in the right direction. It's still going to take some work. We're not halfway there. You know, we're just getting started. We're just out the blocks, but we're going to do it. And
that's what I like. And if you don't follow Ms Meena Da Diva Facebook page, she can come at you at all different type of directions, from comedy to business to family. And one thing she's always preaching is generational wealth.
Yes.
And it may be a hard thing, it may be a hard direction to go in, because you may think it ain't popping off as quick as you need it to pop off with, but you got to take faith and just go for your goals and reach for your goals. She always telling people about seminars, they always on her page. But the thing is, if you're not grasping it and you're not trying to educate yourself on it, you'll be the same person like I was before I went back to school, saying, this is what I want to do, this is what I'm going to do, and then you never do it. And sometimes you need that person or that inspiration to push you in the right direction, to go into the way that you need to be financially stable or to be able to make it in life. What's up, Gook? I see that you had tuned in. All about that. That's one of my best friends, and now Ms Meena Da Diva. Oh,
don't put.
Okay, put it out there. Yeah. See, I always be jumping the gun and get myself in trouble.
I did lace him up on our connection, our network, and the blessing that came out of our connection, Tim. So he likes to prematurely spill things.
Yeah.
I like things to be, you know.
I can't hold out. I just like to let it go.
Like to let it go. He's free.
He's laughing as well.
Because he knows.
Hey, before I ain't mean to cut you off this minute, but for those that are following us on Facebook, I did post the links. They also on Ms Meena Da Diva page. If you want to come on as a guest on the show when we get into the topic, you're more than welcome. If you want to come through our radio station, download the Stationhead app, look for Zeke the 5 Foot Freak, follow our radio station, as well as follow the Upper Room. But with that being said, I'm going to let Ms Meena Da Diva close it out, because we're going to take a minute and 49-second break, because we got to pay our bills. We're going to pay the bills. So we're going to play our little commercials for 2 of our supporters. And then when we come back on, Ms Meena will introduce the topic of the show, and we're going to go in. Fellas, if you out there, This kind of aiming at you. I'm not on the women's side. You know, I'm always for the fellas because I think the women got a lot to do with this too as well. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah. But to close out, I really found out over the course of our little break that we had viewers in a lot of places.
And she was schooling me on that. I didn't even know this.
I had no idea that people were actually watching us like that. But I thank you to all of the watchers, the ones that are not able to chime in right then and come back and watch the show a little bit later. I had viewers from Oklahoma, actually from overseas, to chime in and say they love what we're doing. They love the information we put out there. So I want to just say thank you to everybody that takes the time to listen to our craziness. Sometimes we be way out there, okay, and sometimes we just be, you know, mellow and chill. So thank you very much for that. And we'll be back.
And I am Zeke the 5-foot freak with my beautiful co-host,
Ms Meena Da Diva.
And we will be back.
We'll be right back.
I'm riding down the street minding my own business, and I pass by Jaquays Chicken and Waffles at 4312 St. Gore Street in Dickinson. And I see all these people walking around eating chicken with smiles on their face. I put down my window and ask somebody, why is everybody so happy? Brother gonna tell me, if you must know, brother, go inside and order a 10-piece dirty rice with a waffle on the side. So I go in and order me a 10-piece dirty rice with a waffle on the side and macaroni, and guess what? It made me happy. Man, that is the best chicken and waffles on this side of the Mississippi or the Beltway. Point is, go see my boy Shorty at 4312 at St. Gore, Dickinson, Texas, or call at 832-820-8560. Guaranteed to put a smile on that face.
Welcome to Maduro's Cigar Lounge, location 2800 Marina Bay Drive in League City, Texas. As you can see, Maduro's is a very warm, fine establishment with cozy and warm chairs for relaxation. Back part of the cigar lounge, humidor with some fresh and fine cigars to your expense. Maduro's also has a private cigar lounge, VIP status, cozy chairs, nice and warm. So whenever you're in League City, stop by Maduro's Cigar Lounge, 2800 Marina Bay Drive. They will be glad to see you. Well, we are back, and I am Zeke, the 5-foot freak, with my beautiful co-host,
Ms Meena Da Diva.
Hey, we want to, normally I have a radio station show that I do every Monday through Friday, and it normally starts around 11 or maybe 12 o'clock p.m. So if you would like to tune into that show, download the Stationhead app, follow Zeke the 5-foot freak. I kind of do my own verses head-to-head with artists, and these shows are created by no one other than my brother, Mr. Andre Boyd. He gives me the head-to-head list of the music artists, and then I play them on my Stationhead radio station. And all the shows that we have, whether it's a podcast show or my radio shows, you can go back and listen to the previous shows or view the previous shows as well. We're also on YouTube under the Upper Room. Look for the 8-ball logo with the UR in the middle. We're on Facebook, as you know, under the Upper Room West, as well as the Upper Room Podcast supporters. Yes, we have 3 Facebook pages because our viewers and followers is getting huge, which is a good thing. We're also on Instagram under the Upper Room. We're on Snapchat under Upper Room Show. I think that's what it is. And we also on TikTok, because what we're going to start doing when we have our podcast shows, in between the sets, we may start doing some crazy things and start uploading it on TikTok so we can bring laughter and other features of our show outside of talking about the podcast shows. And if you want to come on the show, you're more than welcome. We don't hesitate to let anybody come on our shows. If you want to come on via the Stationhead, you can do that. If you want to come on via Facebook, you just message us and we'll send you the link, and then you can come in on the show. But with that being said,
before we go into our topic, let me ask you this. And this is kind of off topic, but I want to just ask this question. How do you feel about the whole Sha'Carri Richardson thing, the athlete who was going to the Olympics, and then she her mom died, and then she started to, I mean, she obviously smoked marijuana and tested positive for marijuana right before she was about to go to the Olympics. If marijuana is legal, should we be punished for it?
Okay, now I want y'all to listen to me on this, because I don't want y'all saying, oh, he hating or whatever the case may be. Marijuana is legalized. I do understand that. But when it's coming to athletics, they still have substances that are banned, that they are not allowing. Now, with Ms. Sha'Carri, great athlete, but I don't have no excuses for it, because when you're an Olympian as well as a college athlete, they give you a list of the substances that's still on the banned list, whether they legalized or not. Now, I understand she was going through some things, and it's the same thing I say with people in relationship. She ain't the only one that was going through it. She lost her mother, grandmother, whichever one it was, her mother, and my condolences go out to her. But that is not an excuse for her to be able to go out and get high to deal with her depression or her emotions or whatever, her grief or whatever the case may be. It's still a banned substance. Yes, legal in the United States, but it's not legal by the Olympic Committee.
Okay, so Michael Phelps performed or participated in the Olympics, right? He was a swimmer, but he used enhancement drugs, and they're in order to, I guess his punishment was basically rehab versus being banned from being able to participate as a whole. So as long as he went to rehab, he was able to still participate, and then that's when he won his medals and everything. But he actually was using enhancement drugs, not marijuana. Did
they test him and he was found positive?
Yes. Remember he first.
I know it was a story in an article saying that he smoked marijuana.
No, not marijuana.
See, I don't know anything about that one. I knew he said he smoked marijuana, but I don't think he was ever found positive during the Olympics where he would have been banned or suspended.
Okay, so the
but I could be wrong.
They said that he was participating, using. That was prior to him getting accepted.
See, I don't know. I have to go back and research that.
Okay.
But I know, and even like with some of the sprinters, when they got caught, they was out of there. So I don't know. That's a good question. But she do know what's on the ban list. It ain't like it's a secret.
True.
And she was found. And
you do have to take your, whatever your punishment may be, whatever the repercussions of your actions are. I get it.
And then when they said that she had a chance of running on the 4x1, and we had this discussion during 4th of July fireworks with my in-laws, and I was like, she shouldn't be able to run on the 4x1 either, because the deal is, if you're gonna ban or suspend her from the 100, don't reward her with the 400. The thing is, we have a lot of great Olympians, and a lot of those Olympians that was alternates was told that, hey, you going to Tokyo because she was banned, and then now if you allow her to come back, then what that say for me? I can't go now. Not that I'm hating on her,
right,
but now I'm getting a chance to run, telling my family I'm getting to run or whatever the case may be. So that's a big topic right there. But my thing is, I'm for. I hope she come back even stronger. I hate that she'll have to wait with Olympics every 10 years or every 4 years or something like that. She have to wait that long. But now get in shape, get faster, and break your own records.
Right. So she's still in high school, right?
No, she's in college.
Oh, she's in college. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh, LSU.
Right.
Okay.
Well,
that was I just wanted to know your take because, you are a long-time athlete.
Yeah.
You have a long tenure with athletics, and so I just wanted to know how you felt about it and your take on it.
Yeah, I hate that happened, but it is what it is.
But jumping into the show.
Here we go.
Here we go. So, I heard this from a few of the ladies, and I just wanted to chime in and get everyone's take on this. Men always gaming, right? They like their gaming systems and things like that, and the women feel like they have been deprived of time and they spend more time on their gaming system than they actually do dealing with them in their relationship. What do you think?
Well, in my opinion, I think a lot of guys do play gaming systems a lot. They put a lot of energy into it, but now a lot of people it's a money making business. So I'm kind of 50-50 on it. If you playing it and you're making money, and I ain't talking about gambling, I'm like, you making revenue from it, I think it's an okay thing. But could it be a problem in a relationship and stuff like that? I had talked to a guy today, and he was like, he started naming off names of some of the people he know that it messed up their relationship because they get so tuned into the game and not paying enough attention to their spouse or things that they have to get done within the home, and that can cause problems. And then, fellas, we know how women are. They can take so much, but then when the breaking point, you could be playing that game, they walk out the door, and your ass don't even know that they're gone. True. And now you want to call, where you at? You weren't worried about me when I was there.
But see, and this is just my opinion, okay? Listen, it's not written. It's not golden. I mean, you can take from what, you can take from it what you want. But for me, if I know my dude is cool, you know what I'm saying, and he's safe, and he in the privacy of our own home, and that's the way he likes to spend his free time, as long as he's not like just completely ignoring me whenever, as long as he gives me some time at some point, whether it be nighttime or whatever we agree on or whatever, I would much rather have a dude that's consuming his time with gaming than all of the other rigmarole that he could be getting into.
Now, I agree with you with the rigmarole he can get into, but I don't think a lot of women out there be like, I ain't saying gaming is a kid sport, because grown-ups making a lot of money off of it. But damn, every day?
Yeah, you got some of them.
Every day. Now, me and my uncle used to hold big PlayStation tournaments in Kansas City, and we used to have nice little pots for the winners and stuff like that, and we used to get involved, and we used to travel and go play against different people and stuff like that. But I don't think it was, I wouldn't go, if my girl was like, babe, you going out, I want you to stay home this week, and I was like, but I got a game, I ain't going to the game, I'm gonna stay home.
Even if money was involved? And
sometimes all money ain't good money. So sometimes you have to stay home, sometimes you have to sacrifice. And these games and stuff like that, it's with some people, it's messing up people's relationships. And then you got some women that are gamers and they making money too. And I'm not saying women are way different from us, but I guarantee you, if you got a woman that's a gamer, she'll still be putting in that time with her man.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's deeper than that, because if you have a guy who's into his system or whatever, and it's keeping him occupied, he's not getting into any trouble, that's one thing. But if he does that, uses that as an outlet not to have to communicate or not to have to deal with you, and he just tunes out the world around him, that could become a problem.
I think it can be. Well, we're going to bring in one of our special guests, and we're going to get her take on it to see how she feel about this gaming. Hold on. There we go.
Hello.
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can.
Perfect. Okay, girl. Okay. Hey, girl. Girl. Looking cute, girl.
Hey, girl. You looking cute too, girl.
Thank you, darling.
We have the pleasure, boss, joining us in as one of our guests on our show. We'd like you to introduce yourself, but go ahead and introduce yourself, and then I have some questions to ask you before we get back onto the topic.
Okay, so I am Brooke Coleman. Yes, the pleasure boss. I'm a best-selling author, as well as a sexuality coach or a sexual empowerment coach, however you like to kind of categorize that. I also am your toy trapper, of course. You know, I got your toys and everything. And yeah, that's pretty much amongst everything else I do. You know, that's pretty much who I am and what I do. So you can follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram at The Pleasure Boss, I guess, on all social media platforms. Yeah.
What new toys do you have?
Oh, okay. So yeah, because I have a bridal shower I have to do today. So you know, I will be showcasing the door swing. I will be showcasing the door swing because you know, I think we need to be taking sexual activities to new heights. You know, possibly standing up doing them.
So what are you a short guy like myself?
It's adjustable. The straps are adjustable. You know, we can adjust to whatever height it needs to be adjusted to. It holds up to 350 pounds. So, you know, we all in there. We in there. Okay. I'm just saying it's real sturdy. It's like a 1, 2, 3 hanging on the door. Adjust your little straps. And, you know, if you want to adjust them while you're doing it, you just pull it like that. You know, put a leg up, you know, throw it to the back. I don't know. Get a little oil.
We're gonna have to incorporate Miss Pleasure Boss into our mixer, right? And do a pleasure mixer.
Ooh,
yes.
Oh, that would be the ball.
Okay, we're gonna do
we definitely need to do that. Okay.
Yes. I'm gonna organize that. We're gonna get together, and the next mixer, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, will be a pleasure mixer.
Yes. High five from over here. Okay. Yes. Come on, Meena. Come on, do that thing. You got that.
Okay, I got you.
I know West's wife, they gonna get it together. Y'all gonna be looking all organized. The snacks gonna be there. The people gonna be out. The cigars gonna be there. I already know what it's gonna be. So everybody come out for sure. It's gonna be lit and pleasurable.
Well, Ms. Pleasure Boss, I had asked Ms. Meena, first off, I hope the little break you had a wonderful time over the 4th of July weekend. But with that being said, has anything new happened?
What's been going on with the Pleasure Boss?
Have you had any babies or?
Oh, no. Wait a minute, slow it down. Okay, you can have the babies. We're gonna leave that for you. No. We've been self-loving and you know, practicing the art of masturbation and self-exploration like I preach. We're not making no babies with ourselves.
Okay.
And traveling and writing. You know, I've been writing a lot. I've been I really have something coming out next month in August, another book. So really just healing my own shit and journaling about the experience and putting it out there for other people to heal their own shit too. You know what I'm saying? And that's of course that's sexually, spiritually, you know, in all different type of ways. So I always mix the two.
I've been checking out your videos. One video I wanted to ask you about, you went into a restaurant and I guess you picked up something, you ran out, or you was dancing and you ran out. Where was you at and what was that about?
Wait, I do so many videos. I'm trying to remember when was. I'm like, when was I in a restaurant? I ran out. I don't know. I don't even know.
Red and white. Oh, okay. Well, never mind.
Because I've been traveling every month, so I can't even tell you. Shit, that sounds like some Vegas stuff. I might have been in Vegas doing that. Ain't no telling though. Ain't no telling with me. You know, well, I like to keep the shenanigans going.
Hey, and I enjoy them too. I'll be laughing my butt off. But today's topic is
he's always gaming.
So Ms. Meena was going in and asking the question why, like, do men be on the game system too much? Or are they ignoring their spouses or whatever the case may be? And then before we brought you in, she was basically saying she would be cool with it because she know her man is at the house. He's not out in the streets. And long as he makes time for her at whatever they agree upon, whether it's at night or during the day. But my deal was I disagreed with her because I was like, if you're on the system that long, you're really not paying attention to you.
But see, I don't need that much. I'm not that needy.
It ain't big. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
And some people maybe don't seek that much attention. I think I think gaming could be like any other, anything that could be considered an addiction. And I'm not calling gaming an addiction, but depending on the amount of time you commit to this. However, like if we're talking about it in a couple, I think that if he's gaming or her gaming, she might be the gamer and he's not the gamer. So whoever is the one that's gaming, when they're gaming, that's their individual time. So what are you doing during your individual time? I'm like, you should not be sitting there watching him or her gaming, like, watching your clock, trying to figure out when they're going to be done. This is time for you to go to the hair salon, the mall, have a drink with your friends, yada, yada. What's more important about long-term relationships is really keeping that individuality, knowing that you have some personal time to yourself to handle your emotional cups, your spiritual cups, your financial cups, whatever you want to do with your friendships. And then they have the time to do whatever they want. Like, I'm not trying to sit on the couch watching you game, but I might game with you a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because I like to game a little bit. I ain't gonna be all into it for months and years and hours, but I like to game a little bit too. I'm a Mario Kart girl, so I wouldn't mind having a throwback game, but not to just, some people rather spend those couple hours doing that, and if that pleases them, let them do it. I'm gonna be spending my couple of hours laying by a pool, drinking some margaritas, some mimosas, whatever, and then I'm gonna come in half lit, and maybe you're gonna get turned on by the game, and maybe that's gonna happen in some type of way. I don't know.
Okay. So do you think that that's the problem, that people forget to be individuals within relationships? Like that's a lot of people.
Yeah, no, that's the problem. That's the problem of, or issue, or however you want to label it, because it may not be a problem, but an issue for sure. Of just finding that balance. You got to have that balance.
Well, yeah. I have a couple of questions for you two beautiful ladies. One of them is, and I got a question after this question. What do you do when your boyfriend is always playing video games? One of them is, do you set gaming time limits together and stick to them? Like Ms. Meena was saying, it may be, okay, at 8 o'clock, that's our time. No more gaming on. In the morning, let's do our time, and then you can do it at night. And then do you stick to that?
I wouldn't necessarily say put the time on the gaming, but definitely create a time for us. You know what I'm saying? It already should be established what's a us time, especially if we're living together. It's going to be an everyday thing. So when do we, because I might be bathing kids, washing dishes, something, you're gaming. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to be like, oh, you can only game 3 hours and then it's my time. No, because I may not have my time right now either. So I may take my time with the girls, maybe early if you're gaming, come home. I still have the kids. I still have household things to duties to take care of. You may still be gaming. Okay. But at this time, when do we shower? When do we lay down? When do we connect? When do we watch a movie? It should be a timing for everything. Okay. So kids should be, or dogs should be, if you don't have a kid, whoever should be down at this time where we're not bothered with them. And then this should be us time. Now the gaming thing, it comes whenever that you have time for that. Because it's not like I want a man that's sitting on the couch all day gaming and not at work. Not unless you're getting paid for gaming or something like that. Like, I don't understand why you would be just gaming.
Because reason why I say it should be a set time, because if you are a gamer, these gamers have schedules where I got to play against Doja Mike at 4 o'clock, or we having a tournament at 6 o'clock, and it's going to last to about 10 o'clock.
Oh, we're talking about a real gamer.
That's what, and then a lot of these guys, and they don't have to be a real gamer where they're making revenue from it. They may be guys that they got their own little circle that, hey, every Saturday we game. Yeah. Like how some guys, like King Cleve, him and the legend, they play dominoes, and they be having tournaments like they having one today. So these are things like they schedule that they're going to do.
Yeah.
But it's on the schedule, right? So this shouldn't be an issue. I'm going to schedule something when you're scheduling something. I'm either going to, if it's like a pool tournament or something like that where you have to go to it, I might come to it as well. We're not talking about on the couch gaming, but either way, if it's a schedule set time, I think everybody needs to, give everybody their schedule set time for themselves. It's still about being comfortable with somebody being an individual, because before you met them, however, whenever this hobby came into play, where it became this serious, if you've been in a long relationship, it's not like you just found about this today. You know, if you are single going into this relationship, then you can decide, hey, set your own boundaries. Is this a deal breaker? Is this not? You know, but if we've been in a long-term relationship, you've been knowing he's a gamer. So it's all about allowing him to do, or her to do, something they love. And then maybe it's more about finding something you love. Maybe you don't have nothing that you love to do, so you so bothered about what the other person is doing. Find you some business. It don't have to be a job, but you know, find you a hobby, something you love to do. I mean, if you just love to go to the nail shop, go to the nail shop, girl. That's like 2 hours. So just find you something to do that makes you happy, because that makes them happy. I mean, you don't want to find something that makes you happy and then they try to steal it away from you because, oh, now I want time with you. No, because you're gonna be like, well, you know, afterwards. So it works the same. Everybody has to find that balance for sure.
Yeah. I think it's more control too. Like, people like to control other people. They have a real big issue. Like you said, it may not be a problem, but it's definitely an issue. They have an issue with wanting to control a person just because you're in that relationship. Like, I don't feel like that's fair. I believe that a person should not be controlled by another person just because they say, I love you and I want to be with you. I feel that a person, like we were just saying, should still be able to be that individual. And that's how relationships get lost and get kind of, you know, messed up to a certain extent, because we're not allowing each other to still be individuals. Like the boss said, I'm the type of girl, I like to be an individual. Listen, I don't need all that time when we are apart. When I leave for the day, you can check on me throughout the day if you so choose, but don't expect me to be on it all day long, responding to text all day long. Like, have a life so that when we come back together, we have something to communicate about. We have something to talk about. I missed you today. Let me miss you. You know what I'm saying? You all up my ass all day long. I don't like that. I want you to be your person and let me be mine.
In my opinion, the gamers, yeah, they love you, but I think when they into that game and your ass leave, they not missing you. They into that damn game.
Probably not.
Those TikToks where the guys are on the games and the girls come up and drop their towels.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Oh, they ass get off the game.
Yeah.
Your man is not paying enough attention. Get creative. That boring.
Definitely.
I mean, in the bedroom, missionary style, that gets old. So he expects that. But do something exciting. Get him, you know, excited about whatever it is you want him to do, and maybe he will put more time and effort into you versus jumping on the game for his pastime.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he don't mind on the line because he'll be trying.
I wanted to state something because I heard you say something about like the calling or the checking in throughout the day, and that it matters and don't matter if they do it or not. I think that, well, you know, definitely I like to check in. You know, I like to check in. I don't have to put a limit, you know, to how much you check in. It just all depends on how you choose to do it. You know, you might be at work and you can only check in at a certain time. But I think that couples should establish like an importance of a check-in, you know, so like you might have a busy spouse or they gaming for money or whatever, you know, so I check in the first time, you don't answer me, okay, but like on the third time I call or text, you know, it's an emergency. I need you to stop everything you're doing, including gaming, so that you can come to my attention for whatever XYZ is going on. You know, so I definitely think that should be established in relationships where, you know, because it all becomes a habit. If I get used to kind of rolling off from forgetting to text you or not responding to you, how do I know when it's a real, you know, issue on the table or emergency where I need you? And now I'm feeling left out because you're not reaching back out to me in this emergency and you're gaming or you're whatever you're doing, you know? So that may be an issue, and that could be easily worked out with establishing some type of boundaries or having that conversation with each other about, you know, on time number 3, I call you or whatever, stop everything you're doing. I don't care if you're at a tournament, you're on the game, you with your friends, go to the side, talk to me, and let's talk about what I need you to do for me, you know.
What's your take on that? Because I'm gonna let Ms. Meena weigh in, because I'll go ahead.
So for me, and I understand clearly where you're coming from on the whole check-in thing. My thing is, I don't need you to just drive me checking in. Like, yeah, you're out and about. We start our day in the morning. Say we both have careers, and if you send me a text just to say I'm thinking of you, I love you, that could have been 6-7 hours after we left the house. I'm cool with that. I may not be able to respond to that text until 3 or 4 hours later, but just to know that you thought about me is enough for me. Now, if some stuff is popping off, I don't expect you to text me. I expect you to call me, right? And then I know that you're in danger. There's an emergency, something's going on. But in regards to just, because I've witnessed and I've been in situations where they just feel the need to, what you doing? Hey, where you at? I don't like that. Don't micromanage me. I'm a grown ass person. And so, you know, if we leave, we say our goodbyes in the morning, I love you, and I'm going about my day. If you want to let me know that I'm on your mind, I'm cool with that. I may even text you and say, hey, I'm thinking about you, baby. Love you. See you later. Or let's do dinner tonight. Instead of me cooking, we're going to go here. Something like that. That's fine. But just dry checking in and saying, what you doing? Where you at? You know, this and that. I don't like that.
Now, with the where you at and all that, I ain't with that, but I would assume that a lot of women would want that. Like a guy, how you doing?
It's annoying.
But see, that's just, I bet a lot of women would love that.
Yeah, it just all depends on the woman. You know, it all depends on the woman. It all depends on the guy. It all depends on the relationship, you know. You think you want one thing with one person, and then when that's over with, you want something else with another person. I mean, it just all depends. So yeah.
Now, to go off of what you were saying, Ms. Pleasure Boss.
I used to complain about the check-in, like, oh, you don't check in. How you gone a million years and you don't never check in? You know, so.
But back to what you were saying with the gaming, I have to disagree with you on that, because if you have a guy that's a serious gamer, or he's involved in a tournament, and he can't stop, because
I got that part.
That's just like, let's just say, I'm gonna say gamers are athletes, not necessarily with the build and all of that, but that's just like if I'm on the football field and you calling my phone, and even though it's a different scenario because it's playing a sport instead of gaming, I can't call you back. I can't answer the text. But here's the
deal. It depends. What I'm saying is, because you can take this in however your relationship works. So in the terms that you're saying, it'll still say, okay, on the third time, it's an emergency. You might have your assistant holding your phone if you're playing football. Okay, well, assistant knows that on third time it's an emergency. So when you get off the field to the sideline, say, hey, your wife called 3 times, your whatever called 3 times. It may be an emergency on halftime, on whenever, because I'm not saying that you might be able to pick up the phone and be like, yeah, what's going on? No, it might take a few minutes. It might take an hour. I don't know. Hell, I might be in a board meeting. But
that's not going to happen. That is not going to happen. Don't you know how many athletes are involved in games and they lose family members? That's their job. Now,
but that's just certain athletes. We don't know what every athlete is. We don't know how every relationship is. That's just a suggestion. You don't have to take it.
I can guarantee you it hasn't been an athlete they're involved in the game that they left.
That might be.
And they leave right after the game. And the same thing with gaming. If they're in a game and on a tournament, there's money involved. Yeah, hopefully they may have a assistant or their homeboy and be like, hey, you're going to have to call us back after this. But if you think he fit to stop in the middle of a game and he's gaming and this is a serious game, a tournament, or money involved, he's not doing that. He'll be willing to take that argument when he get off the game, whatever the hell, man, but he ain't getting off that system.
I mean, like I say, every relationship is different. You have to know your relationship. You have to have your own boundaries. That's for you to set. That's for y'all to figure out. Okay. So it'll all work itself out, but you have to be transparent about what you want. You can't expect something from someone that you know they can't give you that in the type of way that you're expecting it. So it all still plays hand in hand. You have to know what your relationship is, set your boundaries, communicate how it's going to work out for the two of you, and y'all, that's how y'all flow.
But see, this is why my mindset is so different. Because I'm like, Negro, what the hell was you doing before you got in a relationship with me? Mm-hmm. Right? So your expectations of me is way up here for all of your needs and shit. But what were you doing before I came along? So
being single
and taking care of your damn self, right? So when did you become the damsel in distress because I came along? You know what I'm saying? Like, what happened before this? Like, if you were to take care of yourself up to 40 before me, then when you get with me, I feel like you're still very much capable of taking care of you. It's not that emergent, unless it's life and death, and I just had a car accident or something like that. Like, I'm gonna figure it out. I'm not. And I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing, but not a damsel in distress to where I just go, oh baby, no, I got a flat tire. I call AAA, dude.
Yeah,
that's what I pay for.
I'm talking about if somebody died. If somebody died, you about to lose your house. The police outside, they say somebody missing. You know, those type of emergencies. I wouldn't say be calling for, I forgot milk and little petty stuff, because then you're disrespecting what it's meant for.
Yeah. I just don't want somebody to put that much demand on me. And I think that's my issue. Like you said, maybe a problem, maybe an issue. But I think that's my issue in relationships is that sometimes it's so demanding. Like, don't be so, like, I'm going to cater to you. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to do all the things that a woman should do for a man to an extent. Mm. And I need you to do the same to an extent. I still want to be very much so, want to be an individual in a relationship. And sometimes those demanding expectations can be so high to where you're no longer allowed to just be a person. You have to be, we're as one. We move as one, everything. Okay, I get that. But not with everything. So if I just decide one day that I want to get off work and instead of coming straight home, I want to go have a couple of drinks for happy hour with my girl, that should not be a whole problem. Because I made that decision without consulting you. Right?
Yeah, I agree.
But some will say that is a problem because when you're together and you're in that marriage, you do have to call and ask permission or consult with your significant other before you make those decisions. And I'm like, I'm very much capable of making an educated decision on whether or not I want to drink some alcohol or not before I come home.
Well, I don't think it's necessary.
Yeah, all that's a conversation. It's all about the conversation because every relationship is different. If your mate is okay with you not calling and checking in, just be, well, I don't want to say be comfortable if they choose to do the same because it depends on what their boundary is too. But I mean, truthfully, like if you're okay with him going out with the bros and have a drink after work, then, and he okay with you going out, having a drink with the girls or self after work, then I mean, it's not no issue. I personally wouldn't think it's an issue. That's not something that is on the main thing at the top of the chart, for me, but it may be for someone else. They may want you to do I'm not all about the quick check-ins. Tell me your whereabouts, your itinerary for the day. Like, no, I just want to check in like I'm safe, like a wellness check. Yeah, we're good, safe. Checking on you, you good, you safe, and then we're like, yeah, we good, we safe. See you at the house. Type of check in, because I have a multitasking brain. I really might forget to call you, honestly.
Right.
And when I think about it, I'll be like, oh, you good, love you.
Right. You don't want to be held like accountable. I mean, not accountable, but you don't want to be, your partner to be upset with you or, pissed off at you because you did forget to call him back. Not that you were just dismissing him, but you are actually that busy. You have that many things going on in a day that you may forget. And so it's like, it's too much, you know, like relax a little. Yeah.
Well, hey, so just for the viewers to know, we were talking about why he's always on the gaming system. So now we're talking about, is he gaming the system? But with y'all, when y'all said that it's not an issue, so when does it become an issue? Because now you said it's okay for me to go out and have a drink with the fellas, but now I'm doing this every weekend. Shouldn't be an issue.
That's where you kind of fall. That's where the line teeny top.
Don't say it's not an issue. You need to put boundaries when it becomes an issue. Hey, babe, I don't have a problem going out having a drink, but let's not have this doing every weekend. You've been going out for the past 2 weeks having drinks. So eventually it could become an issue because like you say, you're not going to harp on nobody. I don't need you checking in all the time. But if he's got the same pattern, then you start asking questions. Now,
well, that's the thing. When it becomes a pattern,
you went
the pattern part.
But you went tripping 2 weeks ago. You said it's not an issue.
Here's the thing, though. I think that daily, communication is so important. Like, even like when I talk about people having threesomes, people being poly relationships, all these things, it all is the same. Whenever you feel like something is an issue for you, it needs to come on the table. Hey, let's talk about this. I didn't know before, this girl started kissing on you in a threesome that I was going to feel this type of way. I had to see it. I had to experience and then know I feel this type of way. Hey, we can have this threesome, but don't kiss. Same thing with the drinking or the going out. Hey, it was cool. We going out and hang with our friends and have our time. But in my opinion, it seems like we're doing this more than I expected. Maybe we should either come home more, or maybe one day this week or 2 days this week, let's go out and have drinks together instead of with the friends. You don't know something is an issue until you experience that, and it makes you feel some type of way. It stirs up them emotions or whatever, or you feel like it's a pattern. It's becoming more than just what this was, and now it's what this is. So you have to be comfortable with having these conversations, with putting these things on the tables, with coming up with these solutions. Okay, and then how we move forward. Now, if you begin to do these things outside of these new boundaries, then it's a problem, because hey, we already had this talk. And this is what I thought was, if you want to have another talk, let's have another talk. No problem.
That's the part that I'm talking.
But see, my thing is why you can't establish that in a relationship. Let me tell you about guys. I can meet you and we can be courting. So I'm gonna be trying to do everything in my path to make sure it's right. So I probably ain't gonna be going out. But then once you see that, or if a woman notice that, why you can't say, babe, I don't know if you go out, but if you want to go out every now and then, that's fine, because you ain't always got to be up under me. But let's just not make it an issue where you're doing it all the time. So now I know when my girl don't mind me going out, so I can go out. I'll probably go out once a week, or I'll probably go out once a month. Instead of before it becomes an issue or a situation, then I'm going to be like, well, damn, when I was going out, you wasn't saying nothing before. Okay. Why you can't establish that in the beginning?
So here, let me chime in, because I'm pretty devil's advocate, okay? Because we got some real petty ass people, okay, in the world. Y'all know we got some petty. You know what I'm saying? So you'll have some petty ass people, and it's not just women, but for the most part it is women, because we get jealous easily or whatever. But you can have a petty ass man too that says, yeah, it's cool. I do volunteer on Saturdays. This is how she start out. I volunteer on Saturdays, so I'm not home half the time anyway. So if you want to go out with the fellas on Saturdays, that's cool. But then every time she calls you while she's out volunteering, she finds out, she hears the fellas in the background turned up. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, oh, this motherfucker think he gonna be
having fun without me.
You see what I'm saying? And then her pettiness. And then she's like, well, what every Saturday? But what the fuck? What you doing?
But see, that's my thing. If it's okay for me to do it, now that I'm doing it, now the pettiness setting, that's why you should establish it from the beginning.
But even if they establish
definitely should, but you should be able to waiver too. That's all I'm saying. You should be able to bring new things to the table. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
But that's why I say you should establish it in the beginning, because guys, when we into something or we own something, we're gonna try to do everything in our possibility to make sure it's right. So we probably ain't gonna be going out, probably turning off their phone when they're around you so it ain't ringing or whatever the case may be. But because they ain't getting rid of the ones that they have, they making sure that this is gonna work, and then they'll get rid of all of that. Why you batting your eyes like that?
Okay, because I'm rolling them over here too, girl. Okay.
I'm not getting rid of all of y'all things. Y'all making sure that this is gonna be a real thing, and then I'll move on. But my thing is, you should establish all of this in the beginning. Like if I'm around, if I'm up under Ms Meena Da Diva all the time, I'm pretty sure because she don't want to be people all up under like that. She gonna say, "Look here, Zeke, man, you can go out if you want to. I know you got your boys or whatnot. So now you didn't open up the gate. I'm gonna go out.
Okay.
So if I go out this Saturday, I'm probably like, babe, I'm gonna go out again with the boys next Saturday. Now you probably sitting back like, okay, it's 2 weeks in a row.
Okay, so I got a question. What I want to know is, okay, we ain't set these boundaries ahead of time. You going out and I'm going out every Saturday. So you okay with? Because I want to know how y'all men feel when the women going out every Saturday. They looking good. They outfits start to look even better Saturday after Saturday. Makeup starting to be more on point. Hair starting to be more on point. You know what I'm saying? Maybe get a little short. Heels get a little higher. You know what I'm saying? Like when do you say, baby? Or you never gonna say it's because it's good because when you set the boundaries, you ain't never gonna be like, or you gonna address the outfit but not address the fact that you feel in some type of way about her going out in that outfit, or what? I was just curious how that work out.
In my opinion, majority of the guys are not going to say anything because they don't want you questioning them. So if you're going out looking tight, they gonna go out looking tight, and they Gucci or whatever they wearing.
So you just gonna get flyer. The flyer she gets, you gonna get flyer.
You know where that.
Right. So they gonna be going out looking and nice too. So then the thing is, I'm gonna tell you, majority of guys are. If I don't question you, you shouldn't be questioning me. Do your thing. So now if you're going out looking a little tighter and your man ain't complimenting you, so you going out for these compliments, and when guys start complimenting you, guess what? Women complimenting them too.
Exactly.
So it's still gonna be 50-50. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But do we get dressed and get cute to be complimented, or do we get dressed and get cute to say, "Oh, girl, you hot"?
No, I think y'all get dressed to get cute so y'all can get complimented. You wouldn't just go out.
I get dressed and get cute for myself, but I love compliments. I'm not gonna turn down any compliment.
Every event that we had, both of you have looked nice. Y'all ain't just show up. And I'm pretty sure
like to look good.
Both of you got compliments because I saw it. I saw the guy. Okay, then.
But are we looking good for the guys to compliment?
We like to look good in the mirror when we look in the mirror and be like,
you know what? What y'all be saying, girl? I'm a snatch or whatever y'all say. However y'all do it.
I mean, I like to look good because I like to look good. Okay, it's just your swag. You know what I'm saying? Like some guys can be dressed because that's their swag.
Man, y'all women, y'all can miss me with that. If y'all go out and you don't receive one compliment, you'll be like, shit, what's wrong with me?
No, because some woman gonna compliment you. Even if a man don't compliment you, a lady gonna compliment you on something. Because I give the compliments all the time. I be like, girl, yeah, I like that girl. Yeah, that's cute.
You want that male compliment too, unless you just a one that just prefer women. Then you want the women compliment. But if you go both ways,
compliment is a compliment.
Yeah, you.
I mean, after a male compliment you, then what? I'm gonna say thank you either way.
I don't know. I can't speak for y'all.
I'm gonna be like, thank you. Can I have your number? Like I'm not thirsty for the compliments. I enjoy them. I'm not gonna be like turn them down and be rude.
I understand that, but I guarantee when you get that compliment from a male, I bet in your mind you be like, yeah, I'm rocking this, so I'm looking good. I don't know what y'all say.
But if you don't see, here's the thing though. This is the misconception with guys, and I think they think that about women because we just decide that we're gonna put our clothes on. But that's just how we rock anyway, right? So we get. This is just a little something I threw on.
Little something.
Oh man, y'all so full of shit.
Are you serious?
Something I threw on for the.
I got on a white tee and some little slack pants, and I'm doing a lot. No, I put this on because I'm comfy.
Man, you
okay. If I go outside and no dude say, hey, boo, you looking good or your butt looking fat in them pants. It's cool because I still know I'm cute.
Okay.
So we're not really actually getting dressed for the sake of a man saying something to us because we condition. Y'all don't get complimented that often. But women,
whatever.
They not used to it. It's like we get complimented all the time, so it's normal. But for men, y'all may not get that. Oh, you looking good today all the time. So
y'all getting it all the time.
Most women that's doing their thing, they get a compliment all the time. Like I see, when you get dressed and you don't get a compliment, like it's normal.
I get dressed. I like the way I get dressed around here. Okay. Why is everybody calling me right now?
You need to put that on vibrate or something. Bring it out.
Look, that's what I'm trying to do at the same time. More people freaking calling me. I'm like, wow, they so random.
Okay.
Just random. I'm like, is y'all not on Facebook or YouTube? Like, what y'all doing?
They're not.
You need to be watching the show, not calling me.
Well, my next one is, could this resolve some of the problems if you spend more time face to face together, or listen to your partner complaints as well as find out why they are so interested in the game
instead of you?
Yep.
See what I'm saying? That's them egotistical ass.
Yeah, I mean, people don't want the truth.
Why it's always got to be about you? Why can't it just be that I don't want to sit in your face? I love you.
Oh, you don't want to sit on his? Oh, sit in his face.
I'm gonna sit on his face, but I'm saying I don't want to sit in his face all day. I just want to go and be with my people and do what I do, and then when I come home, I can do you. And if that means late at night, middle of the night, early in the morning, whatever, we get it in, I'm good with you, boo. But do I have to necessarily do you all day? No.
But you have some women. I'm telling you, you have some women.
They have them.
If they into the gaming and they not paying attention to them, or you have some women that's all you gonna do. Okay, what if you got a guy that's into gaming and he ain't working?
Oh hell no! See, nah, damn.
Now you notice a lot of that.
That's damn that.
They can become good in the game and ain't making no revenue from it. And they got a job.
Nah, you ain't gaming. You ain't even got a damn game if you ain't got a job.
It's a hobby. It's a hobby that they love.
Okay. And in order to have a hobby, you have to have a job. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's a hobby unless it makes you money.
So if he has a job, he can be into the gaming and don't have to pay no attention to you.
No, we didn't say that.
But
he
just looping everything together. He try to paraphrase everything we said into one sentence.
Y'all said y'all not worried about if he's in the game because you can do something else. So if he's into the game and he's not into you,
that does not mean that. So that means if I go out with my girls and get twisted, that means
I'm not into him because I'm hanging out with my girls.
No, because you out somewhere. You in the same household and he gaming.
It's my pastime.
Oh, okay.
That's his pastime.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be at the house while he gaming like that.
All day anyway. I need something to occupy your ass while I get in here and cook up.
I will go make a Walmart run, a Family Dollar run. I'll be at the back sipping wine. I'm not gonna be worried about you gaming like that.
What if he's gaming away from the house every day?
Away from the house?
You can hide, you can hear.
So the system don't hook up at the house?
He don't want to play the game. He want to go to his homeboy or maybe his homegirl house to game. Why are you shaking like that?
So we gaming with homegirls? Okay, here's the thing. We gaming with homegirls. Cool. We drinking with homeboys. As long as you don't mind, it's the same.
See, now you being petty like Ms Meena Da Diva.
How am I being petty? We both not allowed to have male and female friends?
I didn't say that. You said, didn't you the one said that women game too? You say women be gaming too, right?
They do. I'm not mad that you gaming with your girlfriend. She playing her position. That's her position, baby. She the friend that like to game and I ain't got to do it with you. That's her position. High five. Do that, boo. That ain't my position.
That's the pettiness right there.
That's not petty.
Yeah. There you are. Come on, if he gonna go game with his female friend, I can go game with my male.
Who's to say I don't already have male and female friends that I go drink with?
Now you're trying to loop it and change it around. See that? You're talking about
I am not looping nothing in. Okay, Meena, help your friend out.
Question.
Help your bro.
Right. So this is one of my questions because I wanted to know this. This was going to be one of our topics, but I guess we can dive into it.
Go ahead.
Would you have a problem with your significant other having friends of the opposite sex?
No, because that's normal.
Like real close friends that they hang with on a regular basis.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying, but that's normal though, because I'm pretty sure females got good guy friends because they probably grew up with them. They probably went to school with them. So I don't see what the problem would be with that. I think the problem with some guys with it would be you with this guy every day, but I'm at home, you can be with me. So, I mean, that's different. Now, if it's just a friend that you just popped up with and now you say, oh, this is my best friend. When this happened? Why y'all didn't become best friends when me and you was together?
No, just they don't have to be best friends, but what if they're just friends? Like, what if you meet somebody that you genuinely are cool with, like you're a male and you meet a female that you can maybe it's a work friend or something like that. I can talk to her. I really can confide in her, and she helps me be a better man for you. But your wife may not take it that way. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't think it should be a problem if you introduce this person, and because co-workers go out, they go happy hour, they do things like that, and then they may become good friends and establish a relationship and stuff like that. Women do it all the time. Guys do it with guys. I think the problem come in with if it's the opposite sex and you're in a relationship or in a marriage, then questions gonna come about when y'all became good friends. But if the person already met them like at a job function or whatnot, and you introduce them and they start coming around or whatever the case may be to watch a show or go out to eat with you, then they know that friendship was established and they cool with that. But if it's just, oh, this is my friend and I never met the friend, then it's gonna be issues.
Yeah, so even after you introduce this person to your significant other and y'all start hanging out, right? Mm-hmm. You don't think it'll be a problem if Sally was to pick up the phone and call and say, hey, Zeke, you want to come out? Come out and hang out. I got this going on. Or I got an extra ticket to the ball game. Come out, Zeke, and hang out with me. Your significant other is not going with y'all, but oftentimes your friend invites you out and it's just you and her.
But if it's often, it ain't happening. You said often, like if it's happening often, it ain't gonna happen. But if it's like every now and then, hey, I got these tickets to the game, you want to go to a game because you may not be into sport. You like, go ahead, babe, go to sport. Or you may say, well, that's what I'm saying. So I don't see the problem with that. But if it's happening often, like repeatedly, then it's gonna be an issue. It's gonna be a problem.
I think like whenever anything like that happens and I don't want to say it becomes a challenge, but in every relationship where you have female and male friends, it all comes down to the trust that you have in that person, and that's really what it's all about. I mean, true. And then in my opinion, the bigger question is, or the bigger issue of that is when a spouse or a mate don't agree with that friend. Then what happens when I say, I'm not really feeling Sally? How do you address that? Are you dating that? Or we having a conversation about that? Or you sneaking around and still gonna hang with Sally because she worked with you? Like that really is a bigger issue because I think it should be.
You should have the conversation, but the thing is, if I feel that it's becoming a problem with you, then I'm gonna have to let Sally know that we still friends, but I ain't gonna be able to go out that much no more.
We ain't soloing.
Yeah, my wife gonna have to start.
Like if you just so happen to be at the little business dinner, all right, I ain't gonna run away, but we ain't soloing, and I ain't Kit-Katting in your face.
It has to be a conversation.
So then, if your significant other has a problem with that person, then you make that decision to cut that other person off, even though they may be a great friend. You'll just cut them off because your significant
my relationship is more important than a friendship.
Yeah, and it all depends on the people.
Right.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
You don't think that's control?
Well, it depends on your intentions. You see what I'm saying? Because some people, if they have, and I don't want to just throw out narcissists, but if they have a controlling personality, that's just who they are, then it could be manipulated as a control thing. Okay. But you know, just on the outer layer of the onion, you do want to be able to have that conversation. Now, when I have that conversation, if I'm feeling like you're being controlling, or you're trying to have that conversation with me, and I feel like you may feel, because you still have to respect that I may see something in this male or female that you don't see. I might read energy different from you. And so I'm just trying to lace you up that this might not be who you might want to be hanging your energy around, you know, and then vice versa. You might see something in the male because you're a male. You might see something in this male that I don't see. I might think he's just a friend. He ain't trying to get my pennies. But you see, oh no, this nigga, he trying to collect draws. So, I mean, I might not see that, you know, I might be naive to that until a suggestion of some kind come up and where I'm knowing that, oh, this is what he wants, you know, or a friend. Oh, she's just not your female friend. You know, I feel some type of other way about her. You know, she trying to get me, whatever it is. So I have to respect how you feel. But if you're trying to do it in a controlling way, like, you know, I've been hanging with him for a long time. Like, you know, we only rock in this certain type of way, but you feel like you don't like him for XYZ, so you want to be controlling about the situation or manipulate the situation, then that may be different. But, you know, I mean, hell, every relationship is different. Every person is different. I think individually you need to have your own boundaries. Once you set your own boundaries, you know, then you have boundaries together as that couple. So once that get, you know, tainted or compromised, and then your individual boundaries are getting compromised, then that's an issue. Okay. So like, I think that is more the thing to look at. Cause like I was married for a long time. It just takes time.
Yeah. The reason I brought that question up is because you could have a person that you are, that you click with, right? You may be, you know, in entrepreneurship, it's all about the network, right? And your significant other could be into just his career that's solely based on whatever, you know, that's healthcare. Let's say that, right? And so your significant other is not even in the business corporate world like you are. And this male can give you the guidance that you need. He can give you the connections that you need, the network that you need in order to push you or propel your business, you know, further, right? And if your significant other just gets a hair up his ass and says, no, I don't want you hanging with him like that. But this person is actually good for you. You see what I'm saying? And he's building you in ways that your significant other probably cannot. That's when I'm like, man, damn, you trying to control some stuff.
But like, that's when you got to have the conversation, though. Yeah. You have to explain it and break down to him like that. And it may be some situations where if you want to go on a business date, you may have to say, hey, would you mind if my husband come along, or whatever the case may be, involve him. It don't have to be every time, but sometimes he needs to see when y'all out on these business.
Yeah, can I bring a plus one?
He see that as business. Like he ain't asking you, like telling you looking good. He talking about the strategizing, this is the money, the profits we need to make, and it's gonna be over his head. You're gonna be like, God damn, what they talking about?
Right, and then he just sitting there looking stupid. So do you bring dude along to appease him? Just because he's going through something and he needs to be shown.
It's all about the respect thing. Because if he's having business dates and you feel like you want to go on one, and it's all the same, in my opinion. I'm not saying that everything has to be equal in that sense, but I do feel like there needs to be a conversation. Once this conversation is had, because I am a person who will go on a date or a group date with male and females. I have plenty of male friends. Like all of my male friends play a position. It sounds weird, but it is what it is. It's like having a work husband. Everybody plays a position. Correct. I play a position in their lives as well. It's not like I'm not saying I don't play a position. So like I have friends especially my male friends for different things. I got one male friend that we can talk to deep down on other layers about. You know what I'm saying? I have one friend where, you know, he might share some things with me, and we're not on the same deep level, but we can conversate about business stuff. You know what I'm saying? And we grow that way. I have another male friend that may, you know, play a different position at work. You know, we at work, we care for each other at work. This is what we do, make sure we all good in this stressful environment. Everybody plays a different position. These are no guys that I'm having sex with, but none of that is the point, because the point is everybody play a position. I don't know what position I play for them. And these, not all of my male friends, but I do have male friends that have wives. So I'm only playing that position that they're giving me in their life. I'm not trying to be your wife. I'm not trying to sleep with you. I'm not trying to have a sexual relationship with you. Whether you go out with me and your wife or not, however y'all try to do that, that's not going to bother me, because I know what my position is with you. I'm not trying to overstep my boundary. Every woman is not like that. Every male is not like that. That's just how I am. So I want to be comfortable having male and female friends. And I have to expect that you may want these things too. You might have these different relationships, and I have to respect that. If I feel uncomfortable at any time, I'm just going to be like, hey, let me tag along. Let's have a conversation about it. Let's talk about it.
With the guy friends that you have, though, that have wives, have you met their wives?
Yeah.
Oh, but see, that's what I'm saying. So that's not an issue or a problem.
It was a long time before I even met a wife. You know what I'm saying? I probably met the wife when the wife felt like, okay, it's time for me to meet this person who you think about. I don't know. I'm not in a relationship. I don't care. Okay. That I don't know the backstory of how I got to be introduced, but I wasn't bothered by it because I'm playing, again, my position. Like, I'm not trying to get your man, so I don't have to feel jittery any type of way, you know, around me. And if anytime, this is my thing with my friends too. I respect all my friends enough, because I want this too, that if at any time our friendship jeopardize your relationship, your marriage, your family, whatever, it's a wrap. I'm good with that. I don't have to, you know, I'm not longing for this relationship. I feel like every relationship is for whatever season it's given. Because on my end, if my husband, my relationship, my whatever, my family is starting to be, you know, compromised by our relationship, I want you to respect me enough to say, hey, friend, we have to dead this at the moment, you know, or whether it's forever or not. Hey, this is causing the issue. Such is not comfortable. I wish you well, the best in life. You know, of course, if you already know, if somebody dies, something sudden happens, somebody's life, they just reach out. You can't be in control of that. But I'm not going to be on a consistent reaching out, hanging out with you, because this is more important. And you have to respect that. If you can't respect that, I don't feel like you was my real friend to begin with.
And I also don't think that, you know, you're as supportive as you should be as my significant other, because you need multiple relationships, not physical multiple relationships, but you need that village of people around you to make you better. Your spouse is not the end all be all, know everything. They don't know every damn thing, and you don't know every damn thing. Sometimes you have to outsource and use other resources to make you a better person as a whole. And that may be for your spouse, that may be for your career, whatever. You have to outsource outside of the box you're confined in to be a better person as a whole. And you're not just going to get that just because this person decided to say I do from one person, because that's one damn perspective of things. And life it's a lot in life, and I need multiple perspectives, because you just may be from one narrow mind, and this may be, you know, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I value all my relationships. You know, I think even the relationship you have with your mom, your cousins, your sisters, your friends, all those relationships reflect how you are as a person. So I think that more importantly, everybody should be able to have multiple relationships. We're not talking about having sex with everybody. We're just talking about having relationships. I mean, that's it.
Right.
However you're getting your tank filled by that person. Yeah. However you're filling their tank.
A lot of people want to box themselves in when they're in a relationship. They want to say, okay, it's just me and you. No, Negro, it's not just me.
It's a whole village.
I
It's a whole tribe back there. What you mean?
Like I need these people, and I may only be able to get from you this, but I love you enough to make it where you are the one that I wanted to settle with. You know what I'm saying? But on a whole nother tip, I have other people that I need in my life for other reasons that you can't give me because you ain't all the end all be all.
And I think long as if we're in a relationship, marriage, whatever, and I know what you need from me, and I am giving you all of your needs, then I think it doesn't matter. Like I'm fulfilling your needs. Okay. I think when the needs are not getting met, that's where the issue come in. Okay. When you are still feeling other needs of other people, but you're not feeling my needs, what happened? You know, and I can speak from experience on that. I could just throw that out there from a whole bunch of people who have told me about their issues. And that is what it is. Like for me, it was cool. We can have all these relationships because I have multiple relationships. But then what happened when you're not fulfilling your part in our relationship, in our marriage, in our whatever, but you're still fulfilling these other roles and these other relationships, that's an issue. Because wait a minute, everybody should be getting fulfilled. If I'm not getting fulfilled, that's a problem. I don't care if they get fulfilled or not. I'm just talking about me. I'm not getting what I'm needing. I'm giving you what you're needing, but you're not giving me what I'm needing. So we need to have a conversation about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, with that being said, I'm gonna give you the platform to let everybody know, our viewers and our audience, what you have going on, what you have coming up, and then give us your closing statements. And then we'll let Ms Meena Da Diva do the same, and then I will close with what we got going on, what we have coming up, and give our give our due diligence to our supporters and stuff like that. But with that being said, Ms. Pleasure Boss, go ahead.
Yeah. So I'm doing this writing shit, you know, that's what I'm doing. I'm over here healing and writing and doing my thing. So if you want to keep up with any of my writings, you can go to thepleasureboss.com and pick up one of my latest ebooks. You know, I'm on Amazon as well. And you know, I do that toy party shit. So, you know, hey, if you want to party, you know what I'm saying? However you do it, I'm gender biased. So I do parties for everybody. So, you know, hit me up on social media. I'm the Pleasure Boss. So yeah, that's all I'm doing. Definitely buy my books. If you're looking to kind of work with yourself, journal a little bit, heal your own shit. I'm writing diaries of healing my own shit. Yeah. Diaries of Black women healing her ish. So check that out. Grab that will be dropping in August. I'm excited about that. So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
And I'm sipping wine.
Sip that wine, boo. Sip that wine.
Girl, look, like I said, it's wine. All the kids it's out, it's quiet. I'm so excited. But you know, I gotta get back to mom duties. I mean, it is what it is. So, you know, I'm a mother.
But for me, you know, I've always been an entrepreneur, and a long time ago, I dove into the crypto community and invested in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, a lot of different coins. And so I have great information on that. I am a part of Your Crypto Academy, where we give this information to individuals. This is the new currency. This is the future of money. This is where money is going. And so if you want to be a part, you want to get educated. A lot of people miss the Bitcoin wave and can't afford to buy it now. So if you want to be a part, you can absolutely enroll into Your Crypto Academy and become a part of that team and get educated on where money is going, so that you can become, you can put some money in your pockets. Okay, don't be late to the party. Okay, all the time.
Don't be tardy.
Don't be tardy to the party. Okay. Didn't they say that on one of those shows? Okay. Mm-hmm. So to that, also we do diamond yacht rentals, where we are Black-owned business. We rent yachts out for the day, 4-hour blocks at a time. So if you are interested in getting a party together or just want to come out for a cruise, we have cruises every Saturday and Sunday. That's something that you can experience on a budget. We are reasonable, but if you want to throw a private party to rent the entire yacht out, we have options to do that. So hit us up, Diamond Yacht Rental, and get involved in that. That is a thing, okay?
Diamond Yacht Rental.
Diamond Yacht Rental. Might have to cook something up, girl.
Okay, I got you. Okay, we're gonna get together because
ladies, we're gonna have a toy party on the yacht coming soon.
Ooh, that's another one.
So,
might need me some strippers too. Can I bring strippers?
Yeah, great.
And also, we are going to have our next mixer sometime soon. As you heard, me and the Pleasure Boss just spoke about doing maybe a pleasure mixer. And so that will be very interesting. I think we're going to work on that and plan that so that we can bring you something new and improved for the next mixer. The last one was really good with the gaming mixer.
It was.
Now, with the pleasure mixer, will y'all give away gifts?
We may give away gifts.
At least three.
Yeah, we probably will. We give away gifts.
We can definitely do that. We can definitely do that.
If you come out and join the party, we will have nice little party favors, maybe a gift prizes you can win. So come out, be a part of that. We will give you the information.
I'll do a raffle too.
Yeah, a raffle.
Cash raffle.
Yeah. For
just some ideas thrown out there.
Yeah. We'll have that together for y'all by the time we come back on air. I'll have definite dates for you guys after we have an opportunity to put that together. So please come out, get involved, be a part. And that's pretty much it for me.
Well, with that being said,
girl.
This was a very good show. We had Ms Meena Da Diva with us, the Pleasure Boss. And what I want to close on is he's always on his gaming system. And I want y'all to give you all this food for thought. With people being involved with the gaming system, it has been a little crisis on relationships, and the men has been cited as the most people behind these crises, with 15% of the men are responsible for the breakups behind the gaming systems. So I hope we can turn that around, and that came out this year in 2021 off divorce online and relationships online. So fellas, we got to get better. Some of these women don't care about you being on the game because they say they can get other stuff done, but I know that's not the case with all women. So please, let's get better with that. Start showing your women a lot more attention. Maybe you could be gaming and entertaining at the same time. I don't know. I'm just saying. But with that being said, we will be back on tomorrow with the Upper Room Podcast Show. That will be on Stationhead, the Upper Room, not on Zeke the 5 Foot Freak. And that is with myself, King Cleve, and the legend. And that show is Galveston Ball Golden Years in Sports. We're going to have a lot of guests at the show. It's going to be a live podcast, and it's going to be a mingling session as well. And for the guys and for the females, it may kind of be like a sports reunion as well. With that being said, this sport, this
popping with these NFL, NBA, MLB, all of those.
Okay.
Where they at?
They will be in the building. And also on Zeke the 5 Foot Freak on Stationhead, I do a morning radio show Monday through Friday. Please tune into that. If you have two artists that you like to go head to head, I kind of do my own verses. You can send them in as a request, and we can get that show on. And I will label the show under your name, so it'll be your own show, radio station that'll pop up anytime somebody want to go to that. All shows are created by no one other than my brother, Mr. Andre Boyd. He comes up with the head-to-head list. So check that out. I'm also on Spotify. And with that being said, I like to give some big shouts out to Bench Bullying as I'm wearing the shirt. Bench Bullying, Busy Bee Caps, and Element 7 Salon, Fortray Photography, Jacquez Chicken and Waffles. You've seen their commercial on the segment before our show. Maduro Cigar Lounge, you also seen their commercial. Meat Smells That Sell, she's a sponsor of our show. If you're into Scentsy products, please follow Meat Smells That Sell on Facebook as well as on Instagram. Get that smell good. National Scouting Service, NBA Kennels. If you're into exotic pets, please follow them on Instagram. Picture Perfect Photography, Tommy Napoli Personal Chef, Eugene B Productions. He's on YouTube. Please follow him. And Shalibra Jones, Society Tax Services. If you want to get into your taxes and have them done right, please hit Miss Shalibra Jones up on, I don't know if she's on Facebook, but her number is 451-7918. And with that being said, that is our show. We appreciate you all tuning in. Come back tomorrow at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on the Upper Room Podcast Show and Facebook.
Okay.
If you're in the area, please come on through. And we are out.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, y'all. Thank y'all for having me. Until next time.
Love y'all.